External hard drive died. So I'm recording to an internal drive I have that I think has enough space. I hope it has enough space. So that means I need to get another external drive that's probably not going to just die on me.
Our two tournament entrants are in the corner of the lobby, just repeatedly drop-kicking the wall. So that's fun.
All right, everything is good to go. We can get them started. Let's. All right, I let them know that they can go ahead and start, and we'll see who's on what side of the screen. Yep, FemBunny likes the right, so that means Resolution will be on the left. This is Mental versus GNC. Little match here to start us off. Oh shit, I wasn't spectating.
Well, should I tell them to stop?
Yeah. They started going while I was totally not paying attention. And my controller disconnected. That's always fun.
I don't know if they have realized that.
That's all right. I'll hop on the next game, maybe? Question mark.
Nope. I think they figured it out. No, wait. What is happening? Okay. Eno is taunting, and FemBunny is just standing there.
Oh boy! And my controller is like totally unresponsive to the game. It is plugged in. It is getting signals.
Oh, that's a very good command grab super from Eno. That's going to do a lot of damage.
I need to restart my game. So that's going to kill the room, and they will wonder what happened.
That's... We're off to a great start.
We are off to a great start. I'm so sorry, chat. I know like nobody's watching right now, probably. But yeah, we're off to a wonderful start where, you know, I thought I had everything ready to go and we wouldn't have scuff. We have scuff. This is the unfortunate part of having a VTuber hosting things, is there's always going to be something that goes wrong. Whoops. I can't believe I forgot to spectate. It's just one of those days. I have had caffeine today, too.
Oh, yeah. So have I. I'm having some right now.
I would, but I would not be able to sleep tonight, and I have work tomorrow.
Oh, that doesn't do that to me.
Oh, that's the ADHD.
Yeah, I'm one of those people. The caffeine just doesn't work that way.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to keep the room code the same for people, though. What is the room code?
Welcome.
Alright, room is back up, same code. I'm actually spectating this time. We have the trans basketball.
Oh, that's interesting. There's 2 of your rooms currently active.
Oh, one of them will not allow you to connect. And Resolution is just emoting at my character.
Okay. Yep, I'm here.
Alright, now we actually have spectation on the match ready to go. We're gonna have some interesting matches here, I think, because we've got like Pearlbot, who is no longer with GNC. We've got Worth R is now part of GNC, OEG, and MASH. Kensei is here. King Ko is here. 208 Studio, FGC Casual. We've got a lot of top-tier contenders tonight. Overlord from Moth is also here. So we'll see how all of this goes and how all of this turns out. Several of our top contenders tonight also got buys. We've got Foss from Gem. And we're off. I can stop filling time. Here we go. Winners round 1. Resolution versus Fembunny.
First time seeing Resolution play. Seen Fembunny play plenty of times. Very good Bridget player.
Duel 1.
And I have no idea what this matchup is like, so it's gonna be interesting.
I think it's slightly Bridget favored until Eno starts doing stuff.
So, like right here.
Yes. Once it's reset to neutral, there is a Bridget advantage. I just don't know if Fembunny has a lot of Eno matchup experience.
That's true. Eno relies on a lot of fake stuff,
Yes.
and if you don't know, like that, you don't know where the safe jumps are, you don't know where the fake stuff is, it's so difficult to find a way out.
Yes. And 2S is your friend in a lot of this because it can get rid of not HLC, Stroke the Big Tree as a pressure option. 6P is also your friend. This is very much, unfortunately, for them, I think, showing a lack of Eno matchup experience. Which happens, you know, some characters just aren't as popular, and so it's hard to get matchup experience against them. See, that's something where you would have 6P, because 6P will keep you safe. Oh, good, she does know.
But that is, Eno has just a crazy 6.
Yes. So does Bridget. Just needs to get used more. Okay, Fembunny's starting to adapt, but Stroke Big Tree gets in, bringing this 1-0 in Resolution's favor. Sorry for interrupting, Lynn.
I was just gonna say cough syrup consumed, so I wasn't gonna say anything of value.
Here we go with match 2. Resolution versus Fembunny.
Man. Duel 1. Let's rock. Counter.
Nice use of the yo-yo to get around the no, but I think, as I've said, this is just a lack of matchup experience here. Very good throw from Fembunny into another throw. Getting the yo-yo set up to keep pressure going. With that gold burst and a snipe, good safe jump from Fembunny. Let's Stroke the Big Tree. You have to watch out for that.
The Stroke the Big Trees are allowing Resolution to really get in and start causing trouble.
Yes.
Able to... Oh! I'm not sure why that whipped, but okay.
I think it was... oh my god, recovery frames from damage.
Ah, right.
Also, Eno was airborne. That's what it was. Eno was airborne.
And we're seeing here that it just looks like Fembunny is... That was a great burst bait. Not a wall slump, which is usually where Eno doesn't want to break the wall, but Fembunny's not able to do much with it. I think that, again, this is really just matchup knowledge. There's a lot of stuff that Eno can do to just overwhelm you, and if you don't know where the gaps are, it's very easy to mash at the wrong time.
Yes. And that's something that playing Soul has actually taught me a lot of in this matchup, is where a lot of those gaps are, because unlike Bridget, who can kind of zone out Eno to some degree, Soul has to get in, and so you are forced to learn the gaps in the matchup. Or the gaps in the pressure sequences, I should say. I would like to see a lot more 5Ks and 5Ps from Fembunny, because that's really, on Bridget, where you can get those pokes in the pressure sequence.
Has to burst immediately. Able to get the Stroke the Big Tree right as Bridget lands, or airborne, I'm not sure. Great
Good DP.
out of it.
Yeah. Part of the Bridget matchup I've learned for this, though, is you cannot be throwing your yo-yo out willy-nilly. You have to be in the middle of a pressure sequence. You can't really use it for yo-yo throws unless you're getting a couple snipes in. just because you have to play very reactive to Ino's fake stuff.
Somebody's still holding on because Ino doesn't have the best damage output. Not able to do anything with it. Oh, I forget what that move is called. Her air dive kick.
Her dive kick, yes.
Yeah.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Very good stroke, the big tree counter hit there. Oh, deflect shield baited. Very unfortunate.
I think we were seeing Fembunny get really conditioned to expect that 50-50, and Rosolution was expecting probably a DP, but baited deflect shield is even better. On a sliver of health, Fembunny uses the Return of the Killing Machine to force a way in, but it's not enough. The dive kick finishes it off.
Yep, and that is a clean 3-0 from Rosolution in the Fembunny matchup. Very unfortunate, but I think that some matchup practice there will go a long way. And now we will have Worth R and somebody I need to enter into my code base. Give me 1 second. Yeah, why didn't you talk us through what you thought of that match?
So I'm not super familiar with Ino's game plan because gameplay. I do know what the plan is. I don't have a lot of matchup experience on that either, but I do know where some of the safe jumps are and where a lot of the fake pressure resets are, and I was seeing Fembunny not contest those and fall for the safe jumps, and try to mash in places which were not safe. So I do think that a lot of that was down to the matchup experience, and potentially just some of it is the overwhelmingness of Ino once she gets the offense started. It is really quick, and there's a lot of 50-50s. It's very easy to lose where you are in the pressure sequence and think that you're in a fake spot and try to mash and then get counter hit. It can be a difficult one to learn.
And it looks like Rubberoo is a Leo player.
Ooh.
Somebody we have not seen a lot in these tournaments. So this will prove to be very interesting. And seeing how Worth's Asuka will adapt. It looks like both players are going to be ready to go. Excuse me. We will be away very shortly with this matchup.
This is going to be an interesting one. I imagine that Leo could struggle in neutral against this, not having the best tools to get in.
But he has better tools than Soul does.
That is true. And I do think that it, given how strong his DP is, it's going to be difficult for Asuka to keep him locked down.
And I may have underseeded Rubber because there were no bracket stats available for Rubberoo. So we'll see how this goes. Very good getting in, very good stagger pressure here. Worth pressing a button at just the wrong time, but now able to get into the correct deck. Having some good cards come up, but Leo's projectiles are just too strong.
I hadn't considered that. His projectile being able to go through the cubes does give you a better option. And there's the DT.
And
Gotta
throw.
be careful.
And that's gonna kill.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
In the combo. Doesn't whiff it that time, and is getting on the offensive. Isn't able to get into back turn step, which is what he really needs to do.
And there's the back turn stance. Worth out of mana. 6-ping draining meter, 4 mana. Deciding health is the more important stat right now. Good burst from Rubber to get out of danger. There's good cards on deck, but I don't think that Worth has a way out of this.
No hard knockdown. Tries to go for the teleport, but Leo can just dash right in and get hit. Yeah, I am seeing that Worth is having trouble keeping Leo at a favorable distance.
Yeah, Leo has a lot more tools to get in than Sol does.
I had not considered that because of the way Asuka's projectiles work, the way his cubes work, that Leo's projectile would be able to beat them. And that actually does give him a better advantage than a lot of other characters.
Duel
Yes.
1. Let's rock.
Run up 5 beating the whatever that the Howling Neutron. I can't remember the names of them. They're so complicated.
I'm seeing also that we've got a pot versus pot match going on currently. Between Red and Foss.
Excellent reversal grab.
And good use of YRC, getting the slow cube out. Teleport mix up.
Just hitting them with the 5 Worth from being able to establish that pressure. Getting into back turn stance, but with the grab, giving Worth a chance. Charged us!
Wow.
Is this going to kill? Oh, messes it up.
That's not a combo sequence that many players practice, and with good reason. It's very rare to actually get into. But it can be a game winner if you do practice it. Very good YRC. Very little mana left for Worth. Oh, and just goes for the jump in when Rue is ready with the 6P. Got a DP on deck for Worth. Good use of cubes and projectiles, I think.
And teleport to get in to continue the combo, but runs out of
Nice
mana.
throw.
Has no mana left, but is able to get it. Goes for the pot of greed. Just so many cubes right now. Catches
Very
the back
good.
end.
Very good use of teleport to keep pressure on. Getting the arpeggio out. Guard crush. Burst on deck. But a throw!
That was, I think that was an attempted burst bait.
It most certainly was an attempted burst
And
bait.
that was an amazing grab in response.
Yes. Worth has to get more cubes out if they're going to use cubes as the pressure tool.
We see the kind of, I'm seeing the struggle in this matchup is that Asuka needs a lot of cubes to be on deck to effectively establish a threat from the cubes.
Yes.
But if you don't have those cubes to start in your hand, Leo can really get in on you before you have a hit.
Ooh, and we've got the gravity staff on deployed. Nice throw from Worth. Worth adapting very, very well to Rue. Lots of cubes. Lots of cubes. And Worth, I think, using more strike throw in their gameplay. Nice teleport, but it's 6P'd. That must have been an option select. Because that was too perfect to be a prediction. That had to have been an option select. Very good from Worth, getting on the board. Sorry, I had put the wrong person in. That should have been Rubber who won the first one.
Yeah, we're seeing some great adaptation from Worth. Really figuring out how Rubberoo plays and how this matchup needs to flow, and is getting a better hang of it. Definitely struggling when you don't have good cards to start, and Leo can just rush through you before you have time to get those good cards on deck. Taking a lot of creativity.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Calling out immediately with the 6 to start, giving you the space to get those cards and just establish dominance with your cubes. Not able to do anything with that that back step, he's got the slow staff out. But he's able to get through, and now there's no mana shield. This could be death. Good YRC. He's able to get onto the corner by jumping over, but gets hit by the DP. And great DP block. It's very easy to forget about the DP when Asuka only has one in his entire kit.
The next match we've got coming up after this, by the way, is going to be FGC Casual versus King Koa. And then we'll have Kensei versus Unknown right now. Always fun about these tournaments to be able to see high-level players very quickly. Anyway, please continue with the commentary. I apologize. Oh, and that's going to go another point for Rubber. We're seeing good adaptation from both players here.
We're seeing that Worth is getting hit with a lot of grabs, and that's giving Rubberoo a chance to get into the back turn stance and just not give Asuka any chance to breathe.
Sorry, King Koa versus 208 Studio is the next match. My apologies.
That's going to be very fun.
Yes, it is.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Immediately getting a back turn stance, I would have bursted there too. Just get out of that situation. Put him in the corner and through the wall. Amazing adaptation. See, both players play a lot more patiently right now. With the patient play style, Asuka is much more able to chip away at Leo's health, but you have to keep draining those resources to keep your mana replenished, and that is a very risky thing for Asuka. You can't just sit full screen and shoot Q. You have to get in to establish some strike throw or some mix with some of the spells. And then we get killed to chip damage. That's a big problem with Asuka when you're burning through your own health to keep your mana up. You're seeing a lot of baited DPs. Again, very easy to forget about that when it doesn't usually come up. But Rubberoo is ready for them all the time. And with no mana shield, no burst.
Ooh, going for... Yeah. Good use of BRC to get an overhead and teleport past the projectile. Oh, but that's going to go to Rubberoo.
Doesn't react to the hit quick enough to use burst. Very well done from both players.
Wins.
Alright, and we're going to be able to get going pretty quickly here with King Koa and 208 Studio. While I get this set up here.
King Koa and 208 Studio, both pretty regular contestants, both incredibly talented players.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I love about our brackets is we get top 8 performances from all of our people at round 1.
We do.
Alright, I just DM'd 208 because I have a feeling they are not paying attention to the pings. They may not have seen the bracket indicating stream. So we'll see if they get in here shortly for winners round 3.
I'll use this opportunity to use the bathroom.
Oh, that's a good
Excuse
idea.
me.
Meanwhile, for the rest of the bracket, we have Kensei on the other winners quarterfinals match. Pearlbot versus Gems Foss. We have King Koa here in 208 Studio. We're waiting to see who's going to go up against Rubber Roo. It could be either Locky or Overlord. Meanwhile, down in the losers, Worth is going to have to fight Zay. Sugar Chub is up against Fem Bunny. Fem Bunny is not out of this yet. Ren versus Lump of Moss. Red won against one of our DQs. And then Zippy Bomb 3-0'd Atticus Kaisa. So we've still got a very interesting losers bracket ongoing at the moment. Yep, Fem Bunny advances on to losers round 3. Always stressful to be in the losers bracket.
Oh, 208 did say they were double bracketed.
That's
didn't
right,
they?
I forgot. Well, we just have to see who's going to win from FGC Casual and Focus, or run an exhibition match. I asked Koa if they would like to run an exhibition, just so that you can commentate on me getting my ass kicked. Cramming homework right now. Okay. That's why you don't wait until the last minute to do your homework, even though I did the exact same thing when I was in high school and college and like everything. I don't anymore because work is work. But I cannot blame them for that.
Do you know who WKZAYY is? Worth is saying they don't seem like they're in the Discord.
I do not know who Zay is. But the good news is timeout timers are only 5 minutes.
They haven't checked in.
Yeah, and they've still got 3 minutes left.
Well, that would be unfortunate, but
Yeah, I think we're going to see Worth in Losers Round 5. I just have a feeling there.
I wouldn't be surprised. Worth is a very good, and Asuka is very tricky.
Indeed. And we've got, let's see, Locky and Nermomi down in Losers Round 2. So Locky lost to Overlord. Overlord now going to have to go up against Rubber Roo.
You want to run an exhibition match?
Sure. Just so chat doesn't get bored.
And frankly, I don't want to keep listening to the Strive lobby music.
Are you ready?
Oh, they're on their way.
Oh, never mind. Never mind. Okay.
uh 208 Studio was one of our top 8 for the finale last year, and of course King Koa won the finale.
Mm-hmm.
And won the wonderful controller.
Where they played the they definitely played Strive for the finale.
Yes.
They
definitely
played...
didn't play a totally random, weird, turn-based fighting game. I mean, which ended up working out very nicely. Koa intelligently picked the Shoto.
All right.
hardware away.
Abba versus Melia.
Mm-hmm.
This is not fun for Melia.
No, it is not.
Mankind. Duel 1.
Great skin choice from both. I like that. Ooh. Very nice call out on the Artemis to immediately get the key grab. When the uninstalled just try to get some of that back, isn't able to continue pressure. But honestly, that doesn't matter too much as Abba, because Melia cannot make a single mistake. And there's the 2S, it's the anti-Melia button. Very good fuzzy overhead with that. Going into install with full Jealous Rage.
Nice the 6P, good jump in from 208, going for that mix-up. Koa just blocking very, very well. Getting a super! Oh, that's gonna kill.
Yeah, you think? That was certainly guilty gear neutral. Run up 6K as Melia is an option. This is, chat, this game is just so silly. I hope all of you know that. See some amazing combos coming out from 208 Studio, doing a wall-to-wall swap, jab, and it's going so fast, chat.
These are two of the fastest characters. Especially with the Jealous Rage. Koa has really improved in the management of their Jealous Rage meter.
I am noticing that even from the last time I saw Koa play.
Yeah.
I have not seen Koa run out.
Yeah, I think that they want to do better than they did at Frosty's. I think that this is a desire to improve, having plenty of time to improve.
I don't know if 208 has a secondary, but personally I'd be thinking of breaking it out if I was playing against Koa Zappa.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Using the burst immediately to get out of that. And the improved 2S, the even worse anti-Melia button, tries to uninstall safely but isn't able to pull it off. But Abba still has plenty of options against Melia. Just get in, force pressure. Great reversal grab going to really run down the Jealous Rage timer, which is critical when you're playing against Abba. If she's in Jealous Rage, sometimes it's not about getting damage, it's just about running down the meter. That was an insane play. I don't know how Koa managed to land that.
Koa knows how to take risks with sufficient reward, and it's gotten very, very good at it. Very nice blocking of the mix-up, mid-air key grab.
That is the second time we have seen that. That is terrifying. Unfortunately, drops the combo, and because of that, isn't able to uninstall. Doesn't have as much jealousy as you'd like, but it might be enough. You only need one more hit to kill Melia.
But 208 not giving up at all, getting the counter hit. Koa has burst now and full meter. Not getting the super wall break for the hard knockdown, but that meter might be important here. Getting away from the super completely, going into... Oh, burst baited. And that's going to be another score for Koa, putting Koa at 2-0. Yeah, next up is going to be Kensei versus FGC Casual.
Mankind knew that they can. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Risky to start with the round start parry, and it doesn't pay off.
Good 2S.
It's the anti-melia button.
Koa not using the 6P option select. It's mixed by 208. 208 getting the red Roman cancel to keep this combo going. Getting them back into the corner. Nice PRC, but that just threw Milia into the corner with the foul.
Well-timed YRC forced Ava off the offensive. Again, sometimes when you're playing against Ava, the most important thing is to just make her waste move. It doesn't matter though, because Koa just is able to land those mix-ups.
Very nice 6P on round start from Koa. A good read. Finally getting some hits in. The mix working for 208 Studio. Is this going to be enough for a wall break with the possibility of a hard knockdown?
No, because Koa is able to land the 6P, is able to get almost a full meter. Now 208, we're seeing 208 smartly just try to stay out of Ava's range to prevent her from getting
nice
the wall
deflect
stick.
shield, but it's not going to matter.
Oh, and that chills.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yep, that's why I said that isn't going to matter. That is a clean 3-0 from Koa. Very, very well played from Koa. Now we'll have Kensei versus FGC Casual. As I navigate all of my tabs all the time. Casual, I believe in you. But Kensei is one of the strongest players out there. No doubt about it.
Yes.
And I hope that is correct.
Mankind knew
On
that
the
they
stream.
cannot change society. So instead of reflecting on themselves,
What did
they
I put
blame
casual as in my code?
Duel 1. Let's rock.
I don't have casual in the code. Whoops. Give me a second to get this all sorted out.
Alright, we are seeing Kensei just... That's a very, very good frame trap. Sorry, I spaced out there for a moment. I was like, oh, what's happening? Oh, right, there's Guilty Gear happening. There's a perfect happening!
There we go.
Let's rock.
Alright, FGC Casual, very nice Guilty, able to get on the offensive. Pushing Kensei towards the corner. Kensei is able to call it out, and it's gonna get the wall stick? Not get the wall stick. I swear Kensei was in an attack animation. What? Very good call out with the bar slash by FGC Casual. Able to get the Joker trick for the hard knockdown. This is a good spot for Johnny. Ooh, goes for the hero burst! Is it gonna pay off? Got full meter.
Kensei,
Oh, and
interestingly
with a
enough, not playing with the pink Kai skin. Sorry, I just noticed that. But very, very good win from Kensei. Burst did not pay off for FGC Casual, unfortunately.
Very bold hero burst from Kensei, but was able to follow through with it.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Alright, now Kensei is stuck in the corner, the card is out. Immediately gonna go for the Surfer Trick just to secure that hard knockdown and the positive bonus to get that extra attention. So valuable for Johnny. Nice to see him get out of it. I'm getting some lag. Okay. That was Guilty Gear neutral at its finest, folks. FGC is able to poke and uses the Red Roman cancel to close the round. Very nicely done. Great call out out of there. Not able to fully get out of the corner, but able to make distance and start threatening Johnny's zoning. Kai was out zoning Johnny, which I never thought I would say. That was a great counter hit. Through the wall with the hard knockdown. FGC just really showing that they should not be taken lightly, and may not be as cooked as they thought. Backdash gets called out.
Good burst. Full meter for FGC Casual. Is Casual going to be able to make use of it?
That should be it.
Yeah.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
Good 16 start, but gets called out by the DP. The whip grab! Amazing combo!
Wow, she's doing really well in this matchup. Especially against Kensei, one of the best players in the world.
In the world, yes.
Very good throw.
Yeah,
Oh, gold burst.
If you're ever playing against me, just do that, what FGC just did, because I fall for it 100% of the time.
FD jump, empty jump into throw.
Yeah, you will hit me. It will work.
Ooh, the run-up attempt for Casual doesn't work, and now she's paying the price. Kensei's combos are something else. Oh, attempting to escape with the card doesn't pay off. There was meter there. There could have been a YRC. I don't know the YRC would have helped, though. Kensei's now 2-0 against FGC Casual, but Casual's putting up one hell of a fight.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Alright, here we go again. Casual's gonna need a clean 3-0. Stay in. Good far slash. Kai is a lot stronger than most people give him credit for.
He is.
He's like Soul without weaknesses.
We're seeing a lot of really strong dagger pressure from Kensei. Just really
Perfect.
baiting FGC into mashing and hitting those counter hits. And Kai can do a lot more damage than you would think at first glance. Good mash out there.
I actually got to meet and play against Kensei at Frosty's.
Yes.
And I'm very, very proud about having won, I think it was like 3 out of 11 total matches or something, or 3-2-11. Not great, but those 3 victories.
Yeah, I mean, again, Kensei is one of the greatest players in the world. Getting a single victory is an accomplishment.
Yes. Is Casual going to be able to manage this? I actually had a dream last night where I was maining Kai for some reason.
Interesting.
And doing some of Kensei's combos. I don't understand why.
He's able to escape with the vault, but isn't able to do anything with it.
Oh, and a dragon install.
You're not supposed to do that! You know what happens!
Oh, good
when you
first
do the dragon
bait.
install.
Kensei is the one person who can pull off a dragon install, I think. Oh,
Slap.
and that is a clean sweep 3-0 for Kensei, putting FGC Casual into losers, but I would not count her out at all. Very well played from Kensei. Alright, let's get Koa and Overlord into this. Give Kensei a bit of a break. Good idea. I think I forgot to update that. That was winners quarterfinals. We are now in winners semifinals. And I forgot to press the button to switch us. We'll have Koa on the left. It's Overlord on the right. I do not know who Overlord plays, so we will find that out together. Here we go. Overlord playing form off. Ah, we have a Baiken. This will be interesting.
Mankind.
In winners semifinals.
Let's rock.
Still don't have our losers round 5 yet. Both using skin 10. Ooh, that whiff parry is going to be costly. Koa getting into the insult state, going for some mix-up, stagger pressure. Ooh, now we get the good parry from Overlord, burning that meter out on Koa. Koa now no longer having Jealous Rage. Getting Kabari'd into tether. Overlord getting a super off. That super is very useful for continuing combo pressure, but does not block. YRC does block the dust. And that 2H, very, very strong for Baiken.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Going for a raw install, that is a very risky move. Isn't able to do too much with it, but is able to corner Baiken, but getting counter hit while in Jealous Rage is so costly. Good grabs off of the parry. Tries to go for another one and it's gonna be costly. Good wires, just get out of there. Try to make the most of the Jealous Rage that you have. Excellent management from Koa. Not going for the biggest damage, knowing that you probably shouldn't have gotten the wall stick, just making sure that you still have the Jealous Rage after the wall break. Very nicely done.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
Getting a tether immediately.
Yeah, you can't block that anymore because it will pull you right towards her.
Good patience from Koa. Trying to force Overlord to come in close. Baiken very strong in this patch.
Yes, and Baiken does have a lot of good options against Abba while he is not in Jealous Rage.
That's true for every character, though.
Yes, but Baiken in particular has ways to... usually her weakness is not being able to get in where she shines, but Baiken actually has a lot of tools to keep Abba out and force Abba to engage on favorable terms.
And the parry will work against
It will.
any
Danzai.
from Abba.
Oh, Danzai is able to get the counter hit.
Yep, off of that jump dust. That game goes to Koa. Putting Koa on the board. Overlord lagging slightly behind. But I would not count Overlord out by any stretch, especially with the gameplay we are seeing right now.
This can be a very tricky matchup for Ava because of the way that Viking's neutral does operate, and the threat of the parry eliminates a lot of Ava's best OP options, but it is not an unwinnable matchup as we are seeing.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Going to the rock himself again. Isn't able to get the most out of it, but does force burst count. That might pay off.
Actually getting a counter hit tether, interestingly. Koa is now able to just go in with Jealous Rage.
Oh, that was amazing improvisation on Koa's part. That was not an ideal combo, but it doesn't matter. Koa is able to... Eva is a very on-the-fly character at times because she goes so fast.
Nice
and we are seeing Koa just able to pick up on that and keep going to the suboptimal route. Viking with tension, very scary. Koa just trying to play patiently, finds a way through and is able to go for the wall break. He doesn't get the key grab.
I don't know if it's gonna matter. Oh!
That's an amazing parry on the super!
Very good read on Koa's part. Nice burst bait as well.
That's game.
Yes. This is why Koa is so dominant. I'm just gonna give him a point right now. That's 2-0 for Koa. I think this is going to be a pretty Koa-dominated tournament, but we'll have to see, because I'm pretty sure our winners finals is going to be Kensei versus Koa, but we'll have to see. Foss is no slouch either, and Foss I have rated pretty highly in our seeding just due to how strong Potemkin is.
Yeah. Y'all are gonna make me start playing Strive again. You're bad influences.
The answer is just play Soul.
Great intercept on the aerial, able to get big damage and get the heart. Oh, that was a wall slump. Oh, that's death.
Yeah.
What? Koa! What?
That's a perfect, too.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Nice run-up throw from Overlord. Ooh, Danzai. Being effective. You've got to throw or parry those Danzais. Viking is one of the few characters who really does have that as an option to make Danzai less of a threat, but we're not seeing a lot of Danzais from Koa, I think, because they know how much of a threat parry is.
Koa is smart Danzai when Viking is in the air and intercepting the aerials once that invulnerability is active, and when the threat of the parry isn't there. Very smart use of Danzai. It's a risky move to use in neutral, but we're seeing Koa really make the most of it.
Overlord not giving up yet.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
I keep forgetting to put CHD on.
Good jump dust to get through that, making use of the tether momentum to get in with the jump dust. Drops the combo and Viking finds a way out. Again, just trying to run down that meter. I think that was an attempted install that got Koa counter hit. This is not a good place for Ava to be in.
And nobody told me I had the wrong character sidebar for Koa. But I fixed it.
Oh? Is this gonna be it?
Yep.
Yes.
That is Overlord getting on the board. bringing this to game 4. It's still a stressful position to be in. You need to win 2 in a row.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Oh, it isn't able to make much of that install in. Does has to use burst without jealous rage. This puts Viken in a far more favorable position, but we have
That's a
seen
good
Koa.
6P. Oh, and shimmying the parry. Shimmying Viken is a very dangerous proposition, just due to the threat of 2H and other moves that actually have sufficient reach. And the mix-up, the side swap mix-up from Koa.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Throw it.
Watch to get the grab. Looking for a time to install. Gets the grab again!
And installs right off the grab. But there's the Danzai that got parried. Or actually not Danzai, that was the overhead getting parried.
Yeah.
Again, Viken, one of the few...
Aerial grab!
Wow. Viken, one of the few characters, nice burst bait. One of the few characters that kind of is a hard counter to have.
Bad. Oh.
That was shimmy. That was Shimmy Kimmel right there. I stole that from another person's name. I'm so sorry. All right, we're gonna have Foss versus Kensei coming up in just a second in our winter semifinals. This is gonna be. We've got 2 Aura characters going into this. Foss taking the left spot.
Oh, we have the classic Soul v Kai.
Oh, is Foss playing Soul?
Maybe? Or
Did I add Foss to my database?
I saw a Soul. Okay, no, back
I
up
did.
to Tepkin.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought.
I did see the Soul portrait.
Foss
Yeah,
is one of the
like, oh.
top Temkins in the world.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, that's an interesting choice.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society. So instead of reflecting on themselves, Duel
Alright,
1.
let's see how this goes. 2 top contenders here. Technically speaking, this is a pot favorite matchup, but in terms of these players, I think Kensei still has the favor. And we're seeing why. Kensei just has unbelievable aerial combos. Which is part of how I recognized I was playing against Kensei, because he did not introduce himself. Oh! Amazing DP. I did not know you could do that. I'm going to have to try that next time. Wow, and ride the lightning into a wall break.
Kai is one of the most straightforward characters in the game, but you would not know that watching Kensei play.
Yes. Kensei plays Kai like he's playing Plus R.
That means nothing to me, but okay.
He plays Kai like Plus R Kai, who's a very aerial character. Or Exert Kai. Probably, but I don't play Exert, I only know Plus R. Yeah, he plays Kai like he's a Plus R character. Just lots of Roman cancels into aerial combos and DPs, not really keeping this as grounded as Stride normally is. And that's a quick victory, but a perfect for Kensei. Yeah, that his particular flavor of combos is exactly how I knew I was playing against him.
And it's one of the reasons why... Excuse me. It's one of the reasons why fighting against Kensei is so hard. Because nobody plays Kai like Kensei in this game.
No.
And so it's very hard.
A lot of the stuff that worked for me was doing a lot of shimmies and typical stagger pressure stuff.
That
Mostly
was a
shimmies.
Garuda impact.
Jeez, those instant vapor thrusts. Just the reaction and the confidence you have to go into your heavy DP. Foss holding on. Like I said, this would normally be a Potemkin favorite matchup, but just Kai has so much range. Again, he's Soul with none of the weaknesses of Soul. Those combos aren't as fun.
Very nice reversal grab, getting Kai into the corner, baiting out the DP.
But not baiting the burst. This is not a great place for Foss. That throw reaction.
Throw on the hammer fall. Very risky when Potemkin has tension.
And yet, Kensei made it work.
And the
Nice burst bait.
Aerial combo, again, just these super aerial combos that you do not see from Kai.
And aerial shimmies. That's the other thing that's so crazy. What was in my dream, honestly, was doing the aerial jump dust shimmies, because jump dust for Kai is a projectile, which means you can throw it out and back away.
Yes. And not a lot of players do that.
No, but it is.
And then when you're faced
so
with
strong.
when you're faced with someone who makes use of that so much and really likes to start combos from the air, which guys don't usually do, it is so hard to adapt.
Hammer falls straight through the projectile. Is Foss adapting?
Potentially good DP bait. What are you gonna do with it? Not able to kill.
Does have tension and burst though. Nice
That
anti-air.
That button's not supposed to be an anti-air. You're not supposed to use 2H like that.
2H is a universal anti-air. It's the unsafe one. Nice use of PRC Heavenly Potemkin Buster.
It is not a great anti-air on Potemkin.
True. Yeah, I think we're seeing Foss starting to adapt.
Yeah.
Kensei can adapt too. I think the problem here is pressing buttons is what's hurting Foss. Burst baited again. Nice slide head and hammer fall to get in. PRC keeping the pressure up. Potemkin Buster. This won't kill. Is Kensei gonna go for the dragon install? PRC cross up. The tap dust into Red Roman cancel. That'll kill. Foss really needs this. Nice backdash of the slide head. Safer than blocking because you don't take chip damage. Faster than a jump. Once again. And here we go. I think this is gonna... This won't
Not gonna
kill.
kill Potemkin, but
No.
you've got nothing to... You've got no room for error.
Yeah, this is not a situation I want to... Oh, the flick is just not timed right. That's a clean 3-0 from Kensei. Alright, next up we're going to go to Pearlbot and FGC Casual. Alright, Pearlbot needs a second. I will need a second. We'll be right back. I'm gonna go. Was I streaming that match, or was I on the Between Games screen the whole time? No, I was streaming that match. I remember. I'm going to be right back. I will leave all of you in Lynn's capable hands while I use the restroom this time.
How are you doing tonight, chat? I'm ill. Mentally and physically. I don't know if we were recording when I made that joke the first time, so I wanted to make sure that I got that joke on stream. Already been a very exciting night. We're not even at the top 8, I don't think. I never know where we are in the brackets. I am so happy that I'm not the one that has to do that kind of stuff. I'm so happy that I just get to show up and talk Guilty Gear, which I love to do, even though I don't enjoy playing it so much anymore. I don't have much to work with. I don't know what to talk about. I've never been to a Waffle House, chat. I've never been to a Waffle House. They don't have them where I am. Oh. Rubberoo, I started talking about the Waffle House before you said that, because I was like, think about things that I could talk about. Think about things I could talk about. Looked at my phone where I have the stream running and saw the Waffle House and was like, okay, we talk about Waffle House. It's all I have. It's all I have, chat. No, they don't have Waffle Houses up. They're not a common thing in the Midwest. That's much more of a southern thing.
Yeah, there was one in the area that I visited, not Chicago area.
Neither of our competitors are here.
I think they knew I was AFK because I said as much. And I still have to set up getting everybody on this.
FGC was here and then left.
We'll see who gets in first.
Oh! FGC wants a...
No.
Wait, no? They're asking for a DQ? Was that not?
Never mind, DQ me, please. Okay. That is a DQ for FGC Casual and Pearlbot moving on. We still have to find out. Well, we do not have King Koa versus Overlord. I did not report. That was a 3-0 for Koa, right?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Could do Overlord versus Pearlbot. Losers quarterfinals before we do winners final. I'm only going to our losers quarterfinals because we do not know the results of 2-8 versus Focus.
Okay, looks like we have both people here now.
All right, I guessed right on who would be where. Oops.
Duel
All right.
1. Let's rock.
There we go.
Alright, we are seeing some very aggressive Viking play. I think that Overlord learned a lesson playing against Koa, being very aggressive at the start before Abba has a chance to
Nice
do anything with
gun
Jealous Rage.
super. And now Pearlbot does not have Jealous Rage. Has meter. This might kill. This will kill. Yeah, Overlord is on an ABBA vengeance kick, I think.
Absolutely.
You say absolutely?
I would not.
I would!
Yeah, we are seeing Overlord be way more aggressive in this matchup, which is honestly what you need to do. You just don't want to give Abba the space to breathe and get it to install.
Here's the gun super, but it misses. That's a whiff. Getting punished now by Pearlbot.
Pearlbot able to get the uninstall and spread. That's a lot of damage, but a sliver of health. Excellent BRC parry.
And that's one on the board for Overlord.
I think Overlord is hungry for that rematch. And I think is going to try and just tear through this Abba to get to the rematch with Koa.
Let's rock.
But Pearlbot is not someone to be taken lightly. Pearlbot running out of the Jealous Rage, but has tension, potentially could make something with this. The 2S is able to catch the Yozansen. Very strong button against Viking.
Nice YRC. And YRC dash cancel throw. Running out with throws that Jealous Rage meter, leaving Pearlbot with very few options.
Able to successfully just run down the meter, putting Pearlbot in a very disadvantageous situation. Even though you have the reversal, it's very risky.
And there it is.
And able to use the red RC to continue it and land the kill.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Run up throw from Overlord. Being that aggressive. Oh, no parry. I thought we were going to get a parry. Nice air throw from Overlord.
Using the first immediately to prevent Abba from building up the Jealous Rage. But the risk with that is if he's able to land a poke, you don't have the burst to get.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Overlord is doing very, very well here. Ooh, counter hit jump dust. Pearlbot lands the kill and gets on the board for a 1-all. Feels like Overlord is getting I'm getting senses of somebody who's a little bit tired as Pearlbot is adapting. And are we going to see some adaptation back from Overlord?
Duel 1.
Immediately going in for the tether, just again trying to keep Abba from having an opportunity to get into install, baiting the burst out. Abba not having the room to get that install, having no burst to work with. This is an extremely bad place to be in. Amazing jab out of it though, and full jealous rage. Is that going to catch the back dash? It is not. But it doesn't matter. You're going through the wall.
And with half of your Jealous Rage meter, that's going to be very dangerous for Overlord to be in this position. I would have liked to have seen a parry there. I think Overlord is afraid of getting parry baited. That run up
it is very scary against a character that can do as much damage as Abba. Good Yozansen getting the tether to immediately follow up. Tries to go in for the throw again, but Probot is ready this time. Both players using their tensions to try to just get control of the situation. Again, Overlord just taking advantage of the fact that you can run out Abba's Jealous Rage and just force her into a very dangerous situation. Great grab. I don't think this will kill.
This will not kill now. But it's going to be a sliver of health. Are we going to see Hero Burst? No, we're going to see the PRC off of Yozansen. Fast PRC drift. Both players with equal resources now. Nice gold burst from Overlord.
Using the gold burst to just get out of that situation. But again, the risk of bursting early against Abba is, look at that damage.
Yeah. Although that's not a hard knockdown. We get a good Yozansen.
Not the most jealousy efficient one, but...
Oh, very nice use of the super from Baiken. And a cross-up Yozansen in the corner, but not able to combo with it. Does have meter. Could have continued that with a Red Roman cancel. Saved it for a YRC, it looks like. Blocking that fast PRC drift back.
Goes for the install with just that sliver, and the mistiming on the cross-up is giving a Probot an opportunity, and this
doesn't kill. It's the super.
It's so close.
Oh, that's Yozansen. Aw, the 2S. The 2S will do it.
Ooh, that was stressful.
Whew. And that puts Pearlbot 2-1. This is now match point.
Duel 1.
Alright.
Let's rock.
Robot looking to just get through this. Overlord just trying to get through the match with having to play a second half.
Nice 6P.
That had to have been a bit. I don't think that was a rod, an intended rod. Smartly using the YRC to just get out and then landing the grab after the tether.
Ooh, the cross-up
parry.
Another
Again,
cross-up.
Slap. Duel 2. Let's rock.
Right, we're seeing a very good showing again from Overlord, just trying to stay aggressive and not give the opportunity for Abba to install. That was a very impressive on-the-fly combo from Crowbot to get some of that jealousy back. There's a chance this could kill. Not gonna kill.
But it is very, very close.
That is a lot of jealousy and not a lot of defensive resources.
And
there's
we
2S.
go. That was not a 2S, that was a 2H, I think.
Nope, that's Abba's install 2S.
Ah.
Her 2H is the double hitting low mix-up.
Gotcha. Alright, that puts them on the board. Next up, we've got Rubberoo and 208 Studio for our Losers Round 5 match. There was some slow reporting. So we're back to Losers Round 5. Oh boy, this is... Oh, that's Probot on the station.
Alright, I'm back from my coughing fit.
Welcome back. We've got
I
Rubberoo.
none of
Mankind knew that they cannot change.
I hope none of that picked up on the mic.
So instead
None of it did.
reflecting on themselves,
Amazing.
they blame the beasts. Avid
Letting the
or
intro
hidden.
rock.
Yeah, Melia is very gender.
言い訳を考えるな。俺が勝つのは当たり前だ。
ええ、でもあなたは考えておくべきです。
Melia versus Leo. Duel 1.
Nice song choice. Very, very good throw from Rubberoo. Just doing a lot to keep 208 Studio in the corner there. And a command grab that kills!
Don't get to see that very often. It's actually not that good of a move.
And yet...
And yeah,
208.
I think this Artemis is an interesting choice, but 208 makes very good use of Artemis.
Very nice DP bait and block. That is one kill each. Round 2, round 3 of this first match. It's really just a matter of who gets momentum.
Very
Nice
nice
throw.
grab on the attempted cross-up.
And use of Capel there to keep Rubber in the corner and get the wall break. Just so little damage. I think that's one of the reasons I don't like playing characters like Melia anymore, is it's just so much effort that you have to put in for very little damage.
Yeah, especially in the state that the game is right now. Playing a character that does not do big damage, it feels very discouraging sometimes.
I mean, that's always been the case. Remember, I played Bridget for a very long time.
Yeah, but it's worse when you can do a wall-to-wall combo as Melia, and it does the same amount as damage as one Nago 6H. It's like, then what's even the point? Anyways, that was a very good showing from both players. 208 able to seal the deal and get on the board first.
Indeed.
Duel 1.
Especially against Rubberoo, who's a very strong, out-of-nowhere Leo player. Nice DP from Rubber. But 208 Studio is just going to keep them in the corner there and get the super wall break. The other thing that's a little difficult with Milia is Milia does not get an easy safe jump post wall break. You have to do some extra work to get one. But that's very close to a perfect from 208 Studio.
Excellent stagger pressure. Isn't able to do much with it. Gets pushed just too far out to continue the combo, and 208 is not going to let that kind of mistake go unpunished.
208 is a very, very good Milia main. And now Rubberoo has full meter, full burst, all the resources. Burns all of that meter, but gets the YRC bait, but is not able to do much with it.
But it doesn't matter. Is able to find another way.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Amazing burst bait.
Yes. I just realized we are a month away from the anime.
Oh shit.
Yeah. It's next month.
Hell yeah.
Very nice finish from Rubberoo. You know, I hope that they buff Bridget with the anime's release. She's gonna be a protagonist in it. Thank you, Jackado. I should finish it at some point, but the code behind it, I mean, I wrote this overlay's custom Java React program and did the artwork on it. It's a lot cheaper to do graphic design if you do it yourself. Fun fact.
Is that a color swap, or am I crazy?
That was a color swap.
Okay. Good air grab, a very important tactic against me.
Rubberoo getting the cross up to actually connect, but not able to fully exploit it. Is in back turn stance. Gets out of back turn stance. Gets mixed up by 208 Studio with the cross up in the corner. Amelia once again getting the cross up. 208 playing very strong.
You'll hear neutral at its finest. Good DP bait, that's gonna be death.
Yep. That was a very, very good PRC to just close very quickly.
Good job intercepting the attempted jump in, and Droid's not bursting, and is going to take a lot of damage. Really just doesn't have the health to take a lot of risks. And yet at the same time, her kit demands you to take a lot of very high-risk moves.
Yeah, she's a very strategic player in that sense, or character in that sense, where you need to be very good 6P. Yeah, where you really need to learn how to condition your opponent, work on stuff that's like high risk, minimal reward, but still understand how to do that after conditioning your opponent sufficiently. That's gonna kill. Now 2-1, we are on game point for 208 Studio. Rubberoo needs this one to stay in it to get to game 5.
Man, Duel 1. Let's rock.
Round start DP, unfortunately, is getting punished. And that's... Oh my god! As Melia? That's insane!
208 Studios no slouch.
No, of course not. 208 is one of the scariest Melias I have played. But even still, doing that kind of damage on a low damage character is crazy.
We're gonna go to winner's final after this. And then let's do the rest of our losers bracket. Very good throw from 2-8 Studio. Both players have a top 8 spot. It's just a question of how far are they going to get. And can anyone unseat Koa and Kensei?
And then just using the
Very clean.
super to lock out the burst. Very good job, 208. And Rubber Roo, it's so nice to have you. I hope you come back for more matches. We don't get enough Leo players.
We get no Leo players. I would actually love to run sets against you, Rubber, at some point.
Yeah, Leo, he can be tricky.
Also, Rubber, if you're still watching stream, check out, like, look closely at the Waffle House. I put a lot of effort into this. Alright, we're gonna have Kensei and Koa up next in the winner's final. Determine who goes on to grand finals, and if we're gonna get a reset.
What are the requirements for what? Leo player?
Well,
like
requirements for what, Rabbit?
To like join the bracket? They
No
join the
requirements
Discord.
whatsoever.
Yeah, join the Discord and then sign up for the next one. That's it.
Yeah. Joining GNC proper is just you gotta not be a jerk and transfem, and that's it. Got Koa on the left.
Can we drop our Discord link in chat?
Yeah, go ahead. It's in the rules. Wonderful. I'd be very happy to, Rubber. For coming back from a multi-month hiatus, you did exceptionally well.
Oh, yeah.
There are ping requirements, but not to be in the Discord.
If you just want to hang out and run sets, we would love to have you.
Yes. Yeah, if you can grab the link.
I'm sorry. There's too much happening for me to get the link because the match is going on.
Very, very good play here from Koa. Oh, drops it, but still manages to seal the deal on round 1, game 1 of winners finals. Koa versus Kensei. Kensei rocking the soul colors. Ooh, burst baited.
Koa is very good at those burst baits.
And a DP bait there. Getting the super conversion. Getting a pretty good amount of jealous rage.
Using that guard crush and lots of plus frames to just keep Kensei locked in place and force Kensei to engage in those 50-50s. Yeah, that was an amazing showing.
Very, very much so.
I played several people at EVO. Koa is better than almost all of them.
Yeah.
Duel 1.
I really hope that Koa gets a chance to go at some point, because I do think he'll go very far.
I agree with that, especially now.
But Kensei is showing us why we keep saying Kensei is one of the best players in the world. Just very effective use of Kai. Clearly knows Abba's weakness. The run-up grab is an interesting choice, but if it works and gets you a perfect,
yeah,
it works.
Yes, indeed. Speaking of EVO, I will be at EVO this year. Like with Frosties, feel free to come say hi.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm also this year.
It's the most expensive by far of the majors.
And I am very unemployed.
Wow,
Nice
blocking
jump.
all of the mix-up there. But that Fudra arc connects. Getting a direct line in. What is Koa gonna do? PRC just to get in. Oh, Kensei went for the throw, but it was too late. Gonzai was already active.
Yes, LT Vegas is very good at removing people from their money.
Even without gambling.
Yes! But also, there's gambling everywhere.
Ooh, the hero burst from Kensei. I don't think it's gonna pay off.
I don't think it is.
No, it does not. The OTG.
OTG hop kick, just getting curb stomped.
Now Kensei does not have much in the way of resources and burns it for a wild assault. Good 6P. Future to close in. Close slash. Far slash to poke. Couple of fireballs out there. Just poking at Abba right now because Abba does not have, Koa does not have much in the way of Jealous Rage. Does have enough now to convert.
But it doesn't matter, you're gonna go through the wall and you're gonna be out of Jealous Rage by the time you can do anything. Oh, just enough to get the super off and get the uninstalled, but still.
Oh, very, very nice from Kensei. Kensei does have meter. Doesn't need it. That's 1-all in winners finals. Yes.
I didn't really understand this until I went to Vegas. There are slot machines literally everywhere.
Yes.
Like, the first thing I saw in the airport when getting off of the airplane was slot machines. It's honestly scary.
Mm-hmm.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Immediately uninstall and reinstall to try to make something of it, but ends up with no Jealous Rage, and Kensei is gonna ride the lightning through the wall with a hard knockdown. Yes, even in the airport, I'm not kidding when I say the first thing that I saw was a bunch of slot machines. You can't sit and wait for your plane in Vegas without being next to slot machines. It's absurd.
Ooh, is this Ride the Lightning going to do anything? No! But there was meter to make it safe.
That a very aggressive play, but it pays off getting Ava to uninstall, but getting hit by that 2S allows him to get back in. Danzai goes through the DP and then the fifth grab. Very nicely done, Koa.
Abba is a scary, scary character. A character, if you will.
I would not.
Every time I've made a pun, you have stated you wouldn't. Very, very good mid-to-wall combo for almost half of Abba's health, but that top kick is going to do a lot.
Oh, this is going to connect, though.
Yes.
Oh.
And with meter.
And with the hard knockdown, because it goes so far.
Yeah. Ooh, dropping that potential combo did not help. Yes, there's the Red Roman cancel. The hesitation for the burst. Koa is holding on to burst.
Smart move. There were too many places to burst bait there.
We are seeing some of the best up-and-coming players in the world right now on GNC. Koa is one of those people, like Pearlbot, who, if they stick with this game, or stick with fighting games in general, will be a professional, probably within the next 5 years. Anywhere 5 to 10 years from now, if they stick with this, I see them going professional. Same with Pearlbot. Honestly, Kensei's probably very close to being at that level as well.
Very.
Oh my god, this is gonna get bursted.
Off in time. Oh, but gets hit by the far flash.
Very well played from Kensei. Very, very well played. Very exciting matches.
I am very excited to see where these players go.
Trying to get Kensei signed. I'm his only sponsor. You know what? I'm pretty sure he can manage it. Because that is, of course, the hard part about technically being professional. Even if you're playing at a professional level, you have to get the publicity, you have to be at an event where you do really well on stage. Potentially even just win. He needs his wife's money to go to majors. You know what? Valid. I think that that is wonderful.
So valid. Very interesting combo to get the wall stick and then reinstall so that you have the Jealous Rage to cash out the maximum damage. That is unbelievably unbelievable top level play from Koa.
Just lots of shimmying, and that DP is gonna get eaten by Koa, who is going to get the wall break with Jealous Rage. I have a feeling we're gonna go to game 5.
Yep. With that, yep.
Yep, and there's the OTG.
If Abba's got tension, you can't hit a button there.
Yep. We're going now to game 5 of our winner's final.
No one's gonna sign me as a professional after my time on stage at Frosty's.
Oh, you just need to do well in the future.
Oh, but I did not.
I said in the future. In the future.
In the future, yeah.
Yeah.
I was so
Listen,
nervous.
you win a major, you're probably going to get enough interest to have somebody sign something with you.
Yeah.
All you need to do is just be like the best player in the world. Wow. Here we go into game 5. It's about even, especially on resources here with that Wild Assault. Kensei, though, has a wonderful combo in the corner. It's going to do most of Abba's health. No Jealous Rage, but that fast PRC. Koa loves their fast PRCs.
Able to get the key grab to get that Jealous Rage.
Nice
Goes
PRC.
for the air grab,
Oh!
attack.
That was an incredible attack from Koa.
He isn't able to do anything with the Jealous Rage. As both players with burst mistimes the safe jab on the 5K.
Oh no, the gold burst.
Give me the gold burst! Oh my god!
I have a feeling we're going to see these two in grand finals.
I think that you're right. And that's what happened last time, isn't it?
The last time these two played, yes it was. Koa is becoming a pretty consistent top seed. Oh hey, CPU!
Now going for the hard knockdown, but spends all of the Jealous Rage. That's an incredibly risky move.
Has meter and burst though. Getting through the projectile.
That risk gauge is getting high.
Very good patience, but that PRC, you really don't want to backdash. Oh, the deflect shield. Oh no. And that is a 3-0 for Koa, or 3-2 for Koa. My apologies. Wow, incredible gameplay from both of our competitors here. Whew, Faust. I mean, sorry, CPU. When are we going to see you again at the tournament? I know you played in one forever ago. And we would love to have you back. Alright, that is a 3-2 in King Koa's favor. Now we're going to go to Foss and 208 Studio. Finish up our loser side of the bracket before we get back to Grand Finals. Foss and 208 are up. That is the introductions channel. I want chat. This is losers quarterfinals. I'm jumping all over. And who is on the left? Who is on the right? We've got Foss on the left, 208 on the right.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society.
This is not Koa, this
So
is
instead
Foss.
of reflecting on themselves,
Studio.
they blame the beat. Duel 1. Let's rock.
There we go. You know, Lynn, do you think this is a pretty even matchup?
I have no idea at this point.
Me neither, to be honest. 208 is doing a bang-up job against Foss here. Good use of burst to get out of the corner. Being in the corner with Potemkin on a low health character, well, that's a scary proposition, especially without a reversal.
Yeah, I mean, the game is in such a state that I am nowhere near as confident in saying something like matchup knowledge.
That's true, that's fair. And you haven't played in like 2 months.
Yeah, that's true.
Very good Garuda impact into Potemkin Buster, which I hope they nerf, because there's no reason for it to be Kara-able and armored. And that's perfect from Foss, who seals it against 208 Studio. Remember, this is when in doubt, Pot Buster. Rue, I don't think you play Pot. Yeah, it is a much, much stronger move now than it ever was.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
When in doubt, round start, Kara Pot Buster.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, we'll see what happens later this month when Venom comes out as the next balance patch. I'm hoping that they unnerf Soul just a little bit. Very good BRC shimmy from 208, but just isn't able to get that continuation of the aerial combo. He didn't block the YRC. Dodges the Garuda impact. He gets 6 speed. And Heat Knuckle. Part of the problem with this matchup for Amelia is Pot has so many anti-air tools now, and Amelia relies on being aerial.
he has some of the best anti-air options in the game now.
Yes. I would argue Heat Tackle is potentially the best anti-air option.
Yeah, I mean, especially if it's timed right, you being safe on block, it is like that.
Yeah.
It's
And
just
having armor.
it's an overwhelmingly strong option if you're a character that likes to stay in the air.
As we're seeing here, with almost all of Amelia's health gone in one combo.
Very good block on the...
Oh,
Yep.
we got an HPB.
That's the other thing, is that you have
Threat of Heavenly Potemkin Buster at all
Yeah.
times. And with a 100
Yeah.
meter, you can PRC it and
Yeah.
make it safe. Or use it to escape. Or use it to Pot Buster. You can HPB to get aerial, PRC it forward into a Kara Pot Buster.
Yep. 208 is not taking that Heavenly Potemkin Buster lying down, though.
No, not at all.
But even from the smallest Potemkin combo, you lose so much health, and that's gonna get...
Ooh!
Oh!
Very nice bait with the PRC to get Foss into the corner there. Wild Assault continuing the pressure, going for the mixes, but that hammer fall
That's gonna be
might
death.
kill it. No, not quite. Oh. That YRC is the only thing keeping 208 going. Oh, deflect shield. Compelled to get out. And there it is.
Nicely done.
208 on the board. Extremely well done. Very good gameplay here.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Ooh. Badly timed jump, but still able to block the slide head for 208. And gets a lot of pressure in here.
Able to avoid the hammer fall with the Artemis and then land with the hit. 208, a lot of people underestimate Artemis, and 208 shows how it can be a very effective move. Ooh, the double hitting on the close slap, able to break through the armor of the hammer fall. And the hair car is hit the armor and then is airborne when the shockwave from the slide head hits this. I have no idea what this matchup is. What is this? Very good close slap. Able to just keep the pressure up, not continuing the combo. Jumped us from Potemkin, using the YRC because you just don't want to deal with that. Oh my god. So...
Incredible corner combo from Foss, staying in the game.
I'm at a
matchup
loss.
was 80-20 in both directions. Yeah, that means it's probably pretty 50-50. It's just a matter of momentum. Who gets momentum?
Yes.
Ooh, that cross-up, using Mirage to double cross-up. And another one. 208 has gotten a lot better since the last time I've seen them play, and they were very good the last time I saw them play.
Good PRC to avoid the Potemkin Buster and get a hit. This should kill.
And
there we go.
Not only that, these matches are lasting quite a long time. The character who can't do damage is also the one who can't get hit. Sorry.
It's just going so fast, and I'm learning stuff about the matchup as I go that I'm like trying to keep up with all of this. I agree, it looks 80-20 for both characters. It's just...
Duel 1.
Ugh.
Let's rock.
Using the barrage cross-up, followed by the Artemis. Very
that
strong
aerial
move.
combo. Oh, but not getting the hard knockdown.
And
Into a
there's,
Potemkin Buster.
there's half of your health. And there's the other half.
Ooh, whiff the
Out of
PRC. Did Foss just intentionally delay that to get the Potemkin Buster kill?
I think that was accounting for a potential hero burst. Trying to burst big, I think.
Which would be a very bad call on the studio's part if that were to
That
be
would
done.
have been a very bad burst.
Nice PRC.
PRC to get aerial after the hair car.
Nice
Good
YRC
YRC.
block. That's a perfect from 208 Studio.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
Why does he have Blue Wild Assault? I don't know why they gave him Blue Wild Assault. I don't.
Oh, good first bait from Boss. Into a Pop Buster with meter. Gonna get a heat. No, we're not. We are gonna get the heat knuckle. This should kill. Barely caught. I think that was pure combo scaling right there that prevented the kill.
There it is.
No. There's the kill. We're going to game 5 here. That Heavenly Potemkin Buster is plenty strong.
Would you rather have Potemkin have Blue Wild Assault or White Wild Assault?
Neither.
Yeah, that's the only correct answer.
Mankind. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Very risky mash out, but forcing the burst out.
Red Wild Assault pop? Yeah, I would prefer that. I would actually prefer that.
I don't know how that 6P works, but okay. There's a third of your health. Or
Green Wild Assault?
Yeah. Okay.
See, here's the thing. If they invented a new Wild Assault for Potemkin, it would be overpowered. Alright, so this is game 5. 208 has to play very cautiously here and get this to go to round 3, game 5. Have a chance to stay in the top 8.
Yeah, especially with no burst on deck. The slightest mistake could get you killed before... I think that I saw Blue Wild Assault.
There was a Blue Wild Assault.
That was probably a deflect shield, but with the cross-up it became a Blue Wild Assault.
Yep. Oh!
Hey.
Hair gets the HPB.
Potemkin's still just hanging on because of that huge health.
Oh no, the heat tackle connects. Oh, this will
Is
go.
this gonna connect?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, it's within the hurt box from Flick.
I wasn't sure if that was disjointed or how disjointed. Alright. Okay, 208 already lost over half of your health. You have to get through all of that Potemkin health perfectly, and you fall for it again!
I don't know if this will kill.
208.
I don't know. Oh, this will. Yep. Foss moves on in a bit of a... I don't know if that's an upset, but good God, that HPB. Whew. Very well played from 208 Studio, though. Just a difficult matchup. Whew. And now we're going to get Pearlbot and Foss. Oh, that was a stressful match to watch. We're coming up on losers finals. We are now into the losers semi. Oops, I had the wrong thing on my clipboard.
I was like, you are posting the link to our Discord
in
our Discord.
Yeah, I forgot I had that on my clipboard for Twitch chat. All right. Pearlbot has joined the chat, or not the chat, the room. It's one of those days.
We have been going for 2 hours.
Yeah, that's true. People are always like, oh yeah, this won't take too long. Like, this is a 2 to 3 hour commitment right here. It's the reason I only do them once a month.
Well, once every 2 weeks, right?
Oh god, see, this is what I mean. Yes, there's a reason I only run these twice a month. Once every 2 weeks.
Duel 1.
Oh, Foss's random music selection has taken up the Soul Bad Guy Dragon Install song from Excerpt. Which I have to wonder if this is the first time, if this song was the first character theme in a Guilty Gear game that had lyrics. I think it might be.
Alright, Pearlbot running out of the Jealous Rage. This is not a good place to be. You don't want to be there.
Oh no. That is going to be the first round going to Foss. Foss is going to have to fight through, I would say an army of Abbas, but you know what? Let's just say 2 Abbas is an army.
Yeah.
And 2 of the best Abbas in the world as well, between Pearlbot and King Koa. Pearlbot being very, very patient here, waiting for an opening,
Yeah,
not
you
burning
have-
Jealous Rage. Using Wild Assault to get in and get the key grab of full Jealous Rage. Could have continued with a Red Roman cancel, but uses the FROC there. Very good management from Pearl of Jealous Rage. Grabbing the BRC, that was impressive. Good deflect shield from Foss, though. Ooh, the dive, not the dive kick there. Hop kick connecting, and that's going to be a kill. Rubber saying the lyrics is what made it special in Excerpt. Yeah.
Oh,
Oof.
ERC's too early, wasting the Potemkin Buster. And that tension, that's
Very dangerous
lot of-
position to be in. And whiffing the far slash as well. But does block the mix from Pearlbot. Pearlbot, though, gets in for the throw. Nice throw from Foss, though, putting Pearlbot in the corner there. Nice PRC. Oh! Wow. That
tension
was,
snap there, and it's going to cost you the game.
yes, it is. That is Pearlbot on the board.
A group of Abbas should be called an abnormal of Abbas. Abby Normal.
Yes, I too watched that movie forever ago.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't have a graceful way to work it into the conversation, so I just said it. Chat, if you don't know what we're talking about,
Mankind.
the two of us are old.
Excuse me, ma'am, I'm 9 years older than you. You are still
Yeah.
below 30.
Yeah, I feel old.
In the dismal rattles.
I feel old when people say, oh yeah, I remember playing that game in elementary school, and I'm like, that came out when I was in college.
Like Minecraft.
Not that...
Minecraft came out when I was in college.
I'm not that old.
Thanks. Anyway, we have Guilty Gear going on.
Sorry, chat. Sorry, chat.
Such both of you from LT. Nice jump out of the Pot Buster and cross up from Pearl. Ooh, very, very good high-low mix there from Pearl. Getting the wall break. BRC, nothing but patience from Foss. Knowing that there could have been... Oh, and here goes the pot buster.
You know, this is the first time I've not been playing on this stage, and I've had a chance to look at the background. I am not kidding. I just noticed the giant guy with the stirring the cauldron. Like, for the first time.
The game has a ton of hidden details in it.
Yeah. It's not even a hidden detail, it's just right there.
Well, if you're focused on the other person, they're hidden, okay?
Yeah.
It's got a lot of stuff in it for people watching it to have fun.
The N64 came out when I was in college.
Yeah, the N64 came out when I was in elementary school. Foss taking a breather here. Pearl needing the breather.
Oh yeah, that was before I was born, the N64.
Gee, thanks.
It made it to Europe in the month that I was born. I never had a Nintendo console until the Wii.
Tournament nerves and also Potemkin.
Oh yeah. Definitely take a break. You earned it. Take a break.
Yeah, we're getting from tournament chat. Yeah, the hyperventilating. Pearl, please. When I say take a breather, I mean actually breathe.
Do some breathing exercises.
Yes.
We'll just keep talking about how like all of us are decaying, decrepit skeletons.
Yeah, thanks, Naromi. The Wii came out before I was born. I remember when it came out and you couldn't get one.
My mother, thank you for this, sat out of a grocery store where they literally had physical chairs and said, like, the line opens. You can't sit in the chairs until the line opens. The line opens at 6 o'clock, and she got there and sat in one of the 10 chairs that they had. And it was like, if you are in a chair, you get a Wii. And if you're not in the chair, you can go get fucked. And got us a Wii. Very amazing. The Wii is so much fun.
LT, I know that you are ancient. I mean, I guess chat knows now, too. To be fair, I started gaming when I was, like, 5. Which means, like, I started on, like, the shooters of 1993 as well.
I started mostly, like, I played off and on with other, the consoles that other friends had. I think the first one that I really started with was PS1. And I was a PlayStation girl for pretty much all of it. I got Nintendo's handhelds and got a Wii. And then I got a Switch. Yeah. I have been going through like a lot of the old catalog of games that apparently are retro now. Apparently we can call PS2 games retro, and I don't like that. I don't like hearing that.
They've been retro for a very long time.
I don't like that fact. I was blissfully ignorant of that fact.
In fact, I'm pretty sure that there are there's got to be a PS2 Mister port in the works. I know that N64 is getting one.
I don't know what that is.
Mister is a hardware level emulation of consoles.
Okay.
Uses an
Anyway.
FPGA to actually recreate consoles and arcade machines. I have a
No, the PS3 is not retro. Don't you dare say that. The PS3 is not retro yet. Don't you dare say that again.
This tournament brought to you by people who feel old.
Anyway, Pearlbot taking advantage of the breather to come back with some amazing ABBA plays and chewing through Potemkin's massive health pool. Honestly, you probably could have gone for the RC and then the super to kill there, but whatever, you got the kill.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Honestly, interrupting that with the slide head before the install happened, favorable to Pearl, because now you can make use of that. The heat tackle gets put in the corner, but is able to hit it with just one of those long buttons Potemkin has. Very hard to keep up the pressure without being in range of his far slash. Or is that was his 2S? Whatever.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
Good elbow bump. Cobot just playing patiently, looking for the opportunity to do something. Gets called out. This is a scary place for Garuda, and there's the pot buster. This isn't gonna kill, but it might as well, because look at that damage. You just... And then just jabbed to death with a perfect.
Yes, very, very well played from Foss. We're now on game 3.
Oh my god, that was only game 2?
No, that was game 3. We're now on game 4.
Oh, okay.
So I'm pretty sure it went 1-1, and then we needed the breather.
Yeah. If we're wrong, chat.
Rubberoo
correct
saying
us.
Switch 2 is already out of date. Yes, but that was intentional on their part. They are not trying to compete.
Duel 1.
No, and it's smart that they don't try to compete on raw hardware power.
But I
because-
will say, I think people are going to be surprised at how powerful the hardware actually is.
I'm very excited.
In a good way.
Yeah. This is such an amazing background to this stage. There's so much going on. It's delightful. It's not so delightful for Pearlbot getting just absolutely demolished by Potemkin.
Those mega fists to try to advance somewhat safely. I think we've seen they would probably be vulnerable to a 2S, but you have to time it very well.
It's a very tight, you have no health. You're able to get out of it. You can't take the smallest hit. Oh my god, this is stressful. Pearlbot must be so stressed right now.
Oh, that's a very good use of Gigantor Kai to safely advance and the heat tackle.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Yeah, the other thing is that Mega Fist can push you out of range to where ABBA can't punish it. A lot of characters have options that are unsafe, but if they're spaced properly against ABBA, he just doesn't have the tools to punish it. Whiffs the flick, but is still able to get the heat knuckle. Using the Gigantor Kai to keep ABBA locked in and then hitting the tap dust for a perfect.
And that is a 3-1 in Foss's favor. First time Foss has played in this tournament.
Potemkin wins.
And my phone is nearly dead, so I'm going to turn off YouTube Studio for a bit while we just sort of sit here and I handle all of the logistics of this. And Lynn talks about how old she is.
Chat. The first time I realized I was old was when one of my little cousins referred to Pokemon Diamond and Pearl as having 8-bit graphics. Because they've only ever known a world where the PS3 exists. And so that looking at Diamond and Pearl was like, these are ancient graphics. And I was like, I felt the cold hand of death on my shoulder in that moment. just being, not taking me, just being there to remind me that it's there. Ugh. What was your first game, chat? The first game that I really remember getting into when we got the PS1 was, of all things, Shipwreckers / Overboard, depending on which region you're in. Is this weird adventure pirate game? I really need to replay it just to see how bad it is, because I'm sure it's terrible, but it was the coolest thing when I got that PS1.
Nobody knows what my... I doubt anybody knows what my first game was. It was Manhole.
Nope, don't know that one.
Yep. Very few people know the old edutainment Cyan Worlds games. I think most people don't even know who Cyan Worlds are.
I don't think I do.
Which is ridiculous because they had one of, if not... Prior to like the boom of gaming in the 2000s and 2010s specifically, they had the best-selling computer game, period, for a very, very long time. And now nobody knows about Myst.
Wait, they were the Myst people?
Yes. And they produced Abduction a few years ago.
Oh. Wow. Sorry, chat. Chat, you have to understand, you're listening to
very good tap doesn't get it blocked.
You're listening to two very autistic people talk on stream. Stuff like that is going to happen. There's no way around it.
Plants vs. Zombies. What? Nermomi! No! That's not allowed. Kensei getting a very good Wild Assault hit, connecting into a Stun Dipper combo. That was impressive. What is Kensei going to do? What is he going to do with all of that meter? Can Foss hold out here? Getting a Gigantor Kai in the corner. Garuda Impact not really taking advantage, I think, too much of the Gigantor Kai. And now is Kensei going in for the kill here?
It's a full meter on deck.
And burst gauge, too.
Yep. Trying to bait out the burst. Foss just holding onto it, but...
It's not gonna matter.
Very, very impressive.
Kensei's gonna watch him. What movie is Kensei gonna watch with you, Yinghua? After bracket, I mean.
I mean, you could watch it during bracket if you want. I don't think it would... I think
it's really starting and stopping.
I wouldn't recommend it, but, you know, live your life. Happy Pride. Peter Princess and the Frog. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen Pride and Prejudice either. I'm uncultured.
I am as well. I do not know of Kensei from Pride and Prejudice. I haven't read Pride and Prejudice or watched any of it or anything like that.
See, I'm so uncultured. I was like, huh, there's a character named Foss in Pride and Prejudice? I didn't expect that.
Oh my god. Rolling my eyes.
Like, I'm not kidding. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Look. Look. I have very specific interests. Classical literature is not one of them.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
You can measure the amount of time I have in certain video games in months, because that's my autism. I don't know.
And ADHD. Oh wait, no. You meant months. Oh, I follow. Oh, good burst from Foss. Getting out of that very sticky situation there.
It was happening again. I was totally
This is more his wife's interest. I had a feeling that Kensei would not have picked Princess and the Frog.
Ooh, good DP. Scary thing to do against Potemkin.
Yes, it
Because
is.
of how damaging those counter hits are. Again, we're seeing these very, very unique combos coming out from Tensei. I do not see people using jump dust mid-screen.
Oh, I don't doubt that it's a good movie. Very good counter hit. That was, I think, just a bad button press from Foss. Now Foss advancing under the cover of Gigantor Kai. Against Kai.
Not able to do too much with it, but... Oh, I was gonna say, maybe you can make a comeback, but you're going through the wall.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can.
With a hard knockdown. It's possible Potemkin can do enough damage, but against Kensei, I don't know.
Gets the meter to PRC just in time to continue that combo.
Very
Excellent
well played
work
by
from
Kensei. Is Foss going to be able to pull one out and get this to go past the next game? Kensei is getting ready. And we will have our grand finals if Kensei can seal this right now.
Oh, we're getting a soul?
Oh!
See, I told you we were going to get the classic Soul Kai matchup. I told you that, chat.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
But how good is Foss's soul?
No
Or
idea.
Kensei's Kai.
I mean, this is looking like a pretty good soul.
He does have a good soul. I have played against his soul before. But I don't know if it can beat Kensei.
That's a very tall order on any character.
Yes.
Positive bonus.
Nice PRC to catch the back dash.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
See, I think the main reason I don't want to watch films like The Princess and the Frog is they're not lesbian. Give me a lesbian film like that, and I would be very down for it.
That's true. That's a barrier for me, too.
My counter for Kensei saying I'll be sad if I lose. You can get away with that. I don't think I can. Very good corner combo here. Oh, misses the... Yeah. Oh, this is going to be it.
Are we going to finish him off with the dragon install?
No.
Would have been funny.
Should watch for the villain then, as advice. Yeah, but that's, you know...
I don't...
I'd have to put up with the rest of the movie.
Yeah, I just...
Which is very straight-coded.
It is. It is.
Whereas I have, like, there are many, many Yuri anime. Actually, there aren't. There aren't many, but there are Yuri anime I can watch instead. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I need to get to a lot of them. I haven't seen a lot of
We
them.
are going already with Koa. Give me a second to fix the graphics.
Man.
We're going right into this. Okay, they are both ready to just throw down. They're getting into it.
Yeah. Are we going to see a Grand Finals reset, though?
Good 5K to interrupt. Going for the downside to try to catch Kensei pressing a button.
And the
Good
burst is
burst.
baited.
Drops the combo, isn't able to get it, but catches Kensei pressing a button. Again, just the way that King Koa is able to so effectively bait out the burst is one of the scariest things about playing Koa.
Also, I will say, growing up, my favorite movie, very, very young, was Cinderella. Disney's Cinderella animated. And I don't know what happened to that. I think it got, like, bullied out of me, I want to say, of enjoying that as a movie, because that's what happens when you're trans.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah,
as old as I am.
Totally.
And maybe some of that is lingering.
Yeah.
Cinderella 3.
Wait, what?
I can't
Anyway.
possibly imagine why you were partial to Robin Hood, LT.
I can think of at least one or two.
Oh, incredible showing from Koa there. Getting cheered on by CPU in the chat. The CPU, you know, at some point, I hope you do join our tournament again and get top 8, just so I can use the really cool character image you have. Good burst from Koa to push things out, going into Jealous Rage.
Interruption from the 16. And not having a good time to uninstall and just watching that Jealous Rage go down.
Oh, wow. LT has had art commission from one of the animators from Fox and the Hound.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Anyway, back to this Kensei, doing exceptionally well in the corner here, not giving up at all. I think we're going to get another Game 5 Grand Finals here. Will we get the reset, though, is the big question. Kensei has a lot of resources to play with. Koa, though, not giving up, getting a very good key grab through the wall, resetting to full Jealous Rage. Not full Jealous Rage, getting Jealous Rage available.
Having some, but the YRC goes for the hero burst!
Is it gonna? And it pays off.
Oh.
You know, you gotta teach him to block more than backdash. against Koa. Good burst bait from Koa.
Again, the way that Koa is just so able to get those burst baits, it makes fighting Koa terrifying because you're scared to use your burst. And using your burst well against Abba is so important.
And that was an incredible hop kick mix-up. RRCing to get the kill.
Yeah, that is one of the biggest mistakes that I will see people make when fighting Abba, is not knowing when to use your burst effectively. And when you're playing against someone who can just so effectively block those bursts, it really puts the pressure on you to use it at an effective time, and that can lead you to making mistakes or missing your good opportunities.
Duel 1.
Here we go. Koa is on tournament point right now. Just needs to win this game. And it will actually be a clean 3-0. Are we going to see that, though? Is Kensei going to pull this back and get
Double
3-0
key grab to build up that Jealous Rage.
Well, there's a Happy Meal waiting at the end of this no matter what for Kensei. The question is, who gets the toy in Walk?
Or, I mean, you can see if they give you two. You know, sometimes, you know...
Very good Stun Dipper, Red Roman cancel. Yep, that's what I thought, that you'll get the toy.
I was going to say, make up fake children and say, we've got 2 children, and one's going to be unhappy if we only get 1 toy.
That's why you buy 2 Happy Meals. Very good cross up there from Koa.
Oh, they're Hello Kitty, understandable.
Getting the key grab through the wall. Kensei does have meter, but now so does Koa. And Koa has full burst. Both have burst. Red Roman cancel there, baiting the burst out. Koa has been going for those hero bursts. Just need 1 throw from Kensei. And Kensei gets the hero burst, but misses the tap dust. Gets the DP.
Blocks the tap dust. Whoa. Oh.
Wow, very bold gameplay from Kensei there. Ooh, getting a counter hit.
Koa not able to do much with that Jealous Rage. To find an opening to build it up.
Oh, I see the Pride and Prejudice. Okay, Kensei is not from Pride and Prejudice, but Mr. Darcy indeed is. Okay. Now I'm following correctly.
Okay. I mean...
Nice 6P. Mr. Darcy would like to dance.
That means nothing to me.
I had to read it in high school, yeah. I didn't. I think I had to read Wuthering Heights or something. I don't even remember. No, it wasn't that. It was some other novel that I had to read in early high school, I think.
I don't remember what was in high school. I mean, I remember a couple of things, but if I start talking about that, I'll stop talking about the match. And then I might be talking over Koa winning the tournament.
Koa doing a very good job of being patient here. Waiting on a whole lot of Jealous Rage as well, but the run-up throw... How uncouth for a gentleman.
Koa playing very patiently.
Extremely
Find the place
patient.
just...
Oh,
insult
it's
and
the burst!
again!
Good DP, though, from Kensei to get out of that damage from Koa. Koa needs this to win the tournament. Kensei needs this to stay in the tournament. Disadvantage of playing from a loser. Very good DP, very well timed, getting the safe jab in. PRC to make things safe, but that burst... Kensei able to shimmy past the butt slam, building up that risk. And there's the grand final. No, that's not the grand final reset. What am I saying?
He's like,
I was
that's
excited
nothing.
for it, but no, that is putting Kensei on the board. Whew. That was a long match. Now that's getting more interactions in your match.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Yinghua, getting you all excited and then saying, whoops, sorry.
Hyping it up and it's 2-1. I mean, it was... Oh! We're getting an Axel? Okay.
Oh, from Koa?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Duel 1.
I haven't seen Koa's Axel in a long time.
There we go, the graphic is updated. I think Koa is tired of getting zoned out. Then decided to outzone Kensei's patient Kai. Force Kensei to change it up.
That can be a tricky part, especially when you're on tournament point, having to adapt so quickly and not having any room for error.
And that is precisely why I want to get good matchup practice with everyone and not just say, well, this character's better for this.
Yeah.
Situations such as this one. Good PRC. Axel is still in shock state, but the shock state is gone, using Axel Bomber to get out.
As a traversal tool?
Yes. Now I want to McFlurry.
I don't, because McDonald's here never puts enough topping, or whatever you call it, in it.
That's when you go in person and say, I'd like some extra toppings, and you slide a crisp $1 bill.
I don't have that kind of money.
And say, doing enormous amounts of damage to Axel in the corner there. Koa, though, not giving up. Ooh, this could be it. Nope, not quite. Not getting the Red Roman cancel.
Okay, not gonna go for the hero verse.
Actually, I think they tried. I mean, I said this before, but I don't think you were here. Well, I actually had the pleasure of meeting your husband at Frosty Faustings. A very nice, if brief, interaction. Mochas are amazing. I love mochas. I actually won a few games against him. Aw, that's unfortunate. Are you guys going to be at EVO potentially? Because I will be at EVO.
Good 6 The reversal! It's gonna hit the grab!
Yes, it is, but it's not going to do enough damage.
But putting
Can't see.
yourself in that advantageous position.
Can do a lot for the reversal. But Kensei gets the Stun Dipper in with the Red Roman cancel. Now able to get quite the corner combo and the wall break. Kensei really is going to have to work here because there's a lot of resources at Kensei's disposal.
Using the Axle Bomber as a traversal tool again!
Something I haven't seen any other Axle do.
Alright, putting the time stop on the in play. I don't think this is gonna connect.
Only
Oh, it
for one
gets
of
hit!
Ah, combo breaker.
This is I am.
Didn't combo breaker just happen though? And that is now 2-2. We're going to game 5 here. This is tense. Both are on, well, Koa's on match or tournament point. Kensei. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, it's in May. Okay, so you guys are going to try to go to see. Gotcha. Yeah, and Kensei is on reset point here. Yeah, I don't recommend Slashback though because the TOs are.
Duel 1.
I can give more details about that. Not
Very nice command dash under Star Slash.
Which is unfortunate because it's literally in my backyard if I were to go to Slashback, but unfortunately the TOs are not good people. Anyways, Kensei has gone back to ABBA and is on the warpath. Koa is gone. They both have K names. Ooh, already blocking and FDing the super, expecting it out of Koa. Koa though has meter and Jealous Rage and is going to cash out all of that Jealous Rage for damage on this.
That's not a lot of Jealous Rage, but
No.
it's enough.
It's enough for the kill. Burst for both players though. Good 2S to try and poke safely. Ooh, bursting out of the Jealous Rage conversion there. Putting Koa really in the corner here, getting the Tap Dust Red Roman cancel. And the wall break. That hop kick is enough to sort of reset the pressure. Koa does get Jealous Rage up, bursts Kensei back into the corner. Ooh, that whiff DP. Not gonna be good.
That's through the wall and full Jealous Rage. Oh, doesn't go for key grab, goes for install. Ah, I think
That's it for Kensei winning that round.
that must have been a nerves or a choke because that was not what Koa was supposed to do. But this has got to be extremely stressful.
Yes, especially against Kensei. But Kensei has had to play a lot more matches than Koa for this.
Yep. And had to adapt to Axel and then adapt back to ABBA.
Yes.
Uninstalling to save Jealous Rage, reinstalling thanks to the Blue Wild Assault.
Gets the hop kick in the corner. Doesn't.
Unable to go through the wall. Ugh.
There's the hop kick again. Red Roman cancel. Getting an aerial key grab through the wall. This is very, very close.
And no burst.
But there is a dragon install. Nope, not anymore. Kensei, a dragon install possibility. Kensei doing everything to pressure ABBA, burn through Jealous Rage.
It's one hit away for Koa.
win the tournament.
Very... Ugh.
Here's the
it is!
dragon install through the wall. No!
No, it doesn't go through the wall!
Locks the YRC. And that is Kensei resetting the bracket with a dragon install. Wow. Whew, I'm a little shaky from that.
Pat, you've seen 2 successful dragon installs this bracket.
From one of, if not the best Kai mains out there.
All right, reset. He really didn't want to watch the movie.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
There we go. You're now in Grand Finals reset.
Both players having played absolutely phenomenally this entire bracket. Both
Very
of them
good reversal super from Koa, though.
can go home proud, knowing that they made it this far.
I think they're already home. I'm so sorry. That was so mean of me.
You know that moment in a sitcom where one of the characters just like looks at the camera like disappointed? That's what just happened right now.
Good kill there from Koa, but Koa's going to have to put in a lot more work now, having dropped the Grand Finals to Kensei. Wow. Again, Kensei's aerial combos are something else.
Not able to make much out of that counter hit, but he's able to refund enough Jealous Rage to keep going. That's gonna hit.
Yes, that is.
And with RC, that's probably gonna go through the wall.
No. Nice. Dodge through the projectile. Getting the Red Roman cancel. Getting the key grab conversion into Jealous Rage, now putting Kensei very much on the defensive. Is Kensei going to burn that burst meter with a wild assault? No, that was not the time to burst.
You can't burst there.
No, you cannot. Thankfully, I've played enough ABBA to know that that is not against ABBA enough to know that you don't do it when the Jealous Rage is about to run out, because all they need to do is hold back.
Mm-hmm.
That uninstall is powerful.
And throw invulnerable for 10 frames. Amazing round start.
Oh no, my game lagged.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
My game is lagging significantly. There's the round start. Okay, I've seen it now. I think I'm almost caught up. It's still in fast motion.
We're seeing ABBA able to get on the offensive with Jealous Rage, carrying Kensei across, not able to go through the wall, uninstalling, and then frame trap to get the counter hit to reinstall, keeping up the pressure, putting Kensei...
So this is what happens when a spectator lags. Is it plays the game through in fast motion to catch up.
That was a very, very impressive blocking from Kensei, but it's just not enough. I was able to uninstall, immediately reinstall, tries to backstab the downside, but is too close to the corner and gets caught. Excuse me. Round start